everybody, and welcome to another awesome video with your on-screen friend Zahar Panda and the stupid things I buy. So the question that I get asked a lot is how did I learn the language? And since I already made a video about how to learn a language where I shared some tips and tricks and my personal experiences, which might not be similar as yours and might not help you at all, but they might help you, so you should check this video out, by the way. Click this info button right there and see it's popping out, I choked. So I decided to make this video and share my experiences with you about how did I prepare to go to an American college and how was it going to the college, you know, all the college stuff, you know, and English learning, blah. Generally in Russia, every school offers English, and not just offers, it's mandatory for you to take it. Since the first grade, I started learning English little by little, you know, the cat, dog, he, she, mom, dad, and all that jazz. When I was in middle school, I clearly remember that we had our English textbooks, and we also had the cassette tapes that we had to listen in class and outside of the class. And for some reason, I don't know why, I thought that I was behind from the class and I was like 5 cassettes behind from them. So during my weekend, I had to spend all this time listening to all of them and freaking out, and my parents freaking out that I'm so behind somehow on homework and listening that stuff, and it was just a hot mess. And when I came to the classroom, I already know how to sing my ABCs because that's what the cassette tapes told me to do, to learn, and I already know the 1 potato, 2 potatoes, 3 potatoes, 4 potatoes, 5 potatoes more. And the rest of my class are barely getting into ABCs, and I'm like, what did I just do? By the end of the middle school, I started to take separate English classes aside from the school with a tutor. And actually, me and my dad both used to go to this woman who would try to teach us English. And around that time, I decided that I wanted to go to college in America. So when I was in high school, I knew that I had to bump my English level a bit more, like a lot, a bit more, honestly. Because let's admit, a classroom full with Russian kids, teenagers, led by a Russian teacher who is trying to teach you English, it was not working out at all. Luckily, in my hometown, we had a company and a place where you can learn English with a native speaker. So my teacher was from California and he was barely able to speak Russian, like at some level he could, but in the classroom we were not allowed to talk Russian. However, imagine a classroom filled with Russian people and they're trying to learn English, and yeah, of course they're not gonna talk in Russian. Yeah, right, sure. So there was a teenage girl who was in a classroom full of adults who needed the language for their work or something like this, who are paying money out of their pocket in order to learn because they wanted to learn. Me, on the other hand, I wanted to hang out with friends. I wanted to do dumb, stupid, so that didn't go that well. I mean, I learned stuff from there, but not a lot. In the last year of my high school, I had to find different courses that will prepare me for the test that I had to take in order to get to a college. So I had to take TOEFL. Basically a test that tests your listening skills in English, talking skills, your understanding of English, and your like grammar stuff. So it has like 4 different chapters of it, and I had to pass with the score over 60, I think. In order to take the test and in general take those kind of courses, you have to be in upper intermediate advanced level. I was way below that. So there I was in a classroom full of people who completely understood what was going on around them, who had like a big vocabulary and stuff, and me, who was trying to figure out what half of those words are. The textbook was this thick and it had a lot of material from textbooks. It has like a biology textbook. Let's read that. Let's read some of the history. And I'm like, I still probably will not understand half of it because how specific the language is around those areas. And with this course, I knew it was ridiculously expensive, and I don't remember, was it a half of a year or a full year course, but I know that I only missed 1 class and my parents knew about it because Jonas Brothers were coming to Russia and I was not going to miss that. And after the course ended, I had to study and practice on my own a little bit before the big test that was in June, I would say. By the end of my last year of high school, we started emailing the college to figure out what we need, how much it costs, or how is it all gonna work. You know, we were emailing back and forth with them. And apparently, I didn't need to take that test. And my dad said I'm still gonna take that stupid test because we paid money for it and he wanted to make sure I know English at least a little bit. So in order for me to get to that community college, the only thing they basically needed like insurance and my passport and visa and paying for everything basically. So there was literally no need for me to know English. But I still had to take that stupid test. And of course, when I took that test, I didn't score good at all because I didn't study, I didn't work hard for it. So guess what happened when I came to America? I couldn't communicate with people almost at all. People will try to talk to me and I wouldn't understand them at all. A guy asked me why did I come here and I just answered yes because I didn't understand what he said and I knew that I wouldn't understand what he said. And this was embarrassing, it still is embarrassing. So somehow I was communicating with people through gestures and the simplest sentences ever. However, when I took my placement test for my English, I wasn't placed in the lowest English class. I was placed in one above it. However, I could have been placed if I studied a little bit harder and thought I had. I would have been placed you know, 1 or 2 classes up and that way I would have, you know, taken different classes. But it is what it is. And the first semester of college was ridiculously hard. Even though I took it really slow, I had only 12 or 13 units. I had English, math, I had health, I had communication class, and I had gym, I think. And that was about it. And I remember getting a C in communication because I couldn't simply understand what he was trying to tell me. However, I redeemed myself. 2 semesters after that, I took another communication class with him, but it was a different communication class, and I got an A. Because then I knew exactly what he wants and my English level rose to the sky. And honestly, it was much easier learning English here than it ever was in Russia, because here I was just simply forced to learn it, because otherwise I wouldn't be able to talk to people and express what I was thinking or share stories, and not sharing stories for me it's really hard. And until this day, sometimes I have the little, you know, when I don't know how something called, or when I, for example, was calling crimper a crimser recently. You know, those little things. Well, thank you so much for watching this extremely long video, so I'm gonna make an outro really short. If you want to know about something that I can possibly share with you, just leave me in the comments down below. I want to wish you a wonderful and amazing day filled with learning stuff. Don't wait until tomorrow, don't wait until you will get there. Just start doing it now. You know you will need it. Just start. I know it's hard, but just start and try to do it now already, you know. Why not? You're not doing anything, you're watching my videos. And to help you with that, I'm gonna give you something special. Panda power, panda power, panda power. If you're not subscribed to my channel yet, the dinosaurs on my shirt tell you to subscribe right now, right now, right now. And here are my previous videos that you should check it out as well because they are awesome. And just remember that you're an awesome potato. And you know what awesome potatoes do? They smile.